Hello and welcome again. Now this is already episode number 4 of our Sam's 10-Minute Tuesdays, which Joe Temple and I actually created because sales is an activity game and introductions make it easy to win that game every day. Hey Joe, how you doing this week?
I'm doing awesome. How you doing, my friend?
Doing well. I'm looking forward to covering this with everybody because this week I want everybody to know that it's going to be a 3-part come 3 episodes, and over the next 3 episodes we'll be discussing some far-reaching concepts that will take you far, and that's the acronym we're using. They stand for freedom, accountability, and responsibility, and this week is all about freedom. And it's not just freedom, it's freedom of something that Joe wants to tell you about.
So as financial representatives and independent sales individuals, we have tremendous freedom. And freedom comes with some downside to it too. You're free to go to the DMV at lunchtime and stand in line for 4 hours. Nobody's going to yell at you, but you're going to give up sales by doing that. You're going to give up the opportunity to see some potential clients and help them. And so that's going to pay the price down the road. You're free to eat cheeseburgers and French fries every single day and deal with the consequences. Or you can have salads with lean chicken and be in better shape overall. You are free to choose your path. You are free to pick up the phone or not. However, that freedom comes at a price, because if you do the things that you don't want to do, you are then free to do the things that you want to do. I'm going to be going and running a Ragnar this weekend. And I can do that because of the miles that I've put in previously, because I was free to make that choice to stay in bed or not, and I chose to get up and run. And I'm free to take the time because of the choices I made in my business previously, so I can take the day off and go run around and do the crazy stuff that I like to do. I am free to whatever choice that I want and to deal with the consequences thereof. And that's one of the beautiful things about the land of the free. America lets you choose that.
And that's actually one thing I always loved about activity management, because ultimately we're free to choose our own activities, like you mentioned, whether it has to do with your diet or going DMV. There's only everything in life is about activity, and we have the complete control of our own activity, God willing, to do whatever we want every day. And so I think activity management, because activities produce results, and we have we have absolute control over our own activity, we all have the freedom to achieve any goal in life.
I love that, Mickey, simply because my friends who go work for regular corporations, regular jobs and all that, and they're fighting to be able to maintain their income through everything that we've seen this past year. Or maybe they can get that promotion and get a 5 or 8% raise, and maybe they get an inflation adjustment next year. But they have no control over that. When their boss says that you need to fly to Florida to go look at this turbine and be quarantined for 2 weeks after, or I'm going to need you to come on in on Saturday and work, channeling the Office Space sort of theme, they have no control of that. They don't have freedom. We have freedom. You know what? I want to make more money. I pick up the phone more often. I ask for more introductions. I call more clients. I do more business. I am completely free to double my income next year. I'm also free to screw around and not get a paycheck for a month. And that's where this balance comes from. So we are free to choose and free to deal with the consequences. And, given that as a free society and I'm a capitalist, I like money, so I'm free to pick up the phone more often and make more money.
Yeah, that reminded me of the first week that I started the company 25 years ago. And even though I was an insurance agent before that, I still had a boss. And it was a kind of a different type of role. But the first time I had somebody come visit, when we went out to lunch, I went out to the elevator and realized, wait a second, I don't have to tell anybody. And that's the beauty of being a financial advisor, an insurance agent, having your own practice. I mean, you're part of a team, part of something bigger than just yourself, but you ultimately have the freedom to control your own destiny. And that, by the way, is actually one reason why I wore this tie today. This is a Christopher Columbus tie. to remind us that the country is built on freedom. And we had the freedom, and he had, just like he had the freedom to choose where he wanted to go, but he also had a whole team behind him, which meant obviously in his case, you need that. We all need that because no one succeeds alone. Some agents will succeed alone, but most are going to fail alone. But ultimately, we have freedom. We have freedom of our own actions and responsibilities.
You know, there's an old African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go in a team. And going far means hitting MDRT, hitting core of the table, going even beyond that. And to go far, you need that freedom, accountability, and responsibility that we're going to talk about. But you also have to eventually put the right team around you. And Sam basically is one of the best teammates that you can get, simply because it creates that accountability that is critical for long-range success. That's probably something we should talk about at some point.
Yeah, probably. And it's not just accountability to anybody else, but to yourself ultimately. And we'll be talking about that. But before, I guess what that all helps you to do is instill some discipline, which is also critical here. Like my sister always said that, you know, without discipline, you'll have regret. And I know with your Taekwondo and your history, it's all about discipline.
Yep. And there's going to be pain along the way. It's either do you take the little pain along the way every single day of the discipline of getting up and sore muscles and all that, or do you take the big pain on the far side of regret and not achieving what you could?
And ultimately,
you know, the little pain of paying your premium versus the big pain of not having the income or the couple $1 million coming in when it's needed. It's the same thing. We should choose which we have, you know, with our freedom of choice. And if we choose to take those daily little lumps, it avoids the big pain down the road.
Mm-hmm. And you drew an analogy the other day, very similar to that, about how you don't necessarily like picking up the phone, but picking up the phone does what for you? It gives you the freedom to do what you really love to do.
I hate picking up the phone. Oh, God, do I hate the phone. But I do it, and I became good at it because I love everything that comes after it. I love talking to clients. I love helping people. I love helping them solve their problems and seeing them succeed and hearing that the kids, you know, have graduated from college because of the work that we did 15, 20, 25 years ago. And I don't get any of that good stuff unless I have the discipline to do the thing that I hate of picking up the phone and recording my activity consistently.
Yep.
And that is one of the things that ultimately we're going to talk about is you want to go far through your freedom, accountability, and responsibility, but ultimately it comes down to discipline. And Sam gives you that additional discipline to succeed every single day. Because you know what we say, Mickey, sales is an activity game. And introductions and Sam give you the opportunity to win the game every single day.
Yes, sir, that's definitely the case. But what it also does, you know, getting introductions does give you it's just a lot more success and the freedom to do what you really want to go out and do. And there's nothing like we build our business based on relationships and referrals and introductions. I love R&R, repeat referral business, always have, always will. But introductions are certainly one of the key to success because your closing ratio will be a lot greater, and you'll have those continued relationships with people. So
it's efficiency, and efficiency buys you free time.
That's why, and ultimately, that's why we're doing this. We think so much alike, and our products really complement each other.
They're tools to be able to help agents and reps do more business in less time, have more freedom, and ultimately more fun.
That's right.
Because, you know, that way they can win the game. Because what is it that we say, Mickey?
Sales is an activity game, but introductions do what? Make it easy.
They help you win the game every single day.
Every day. Well, Joe, thanks again for joining me. Everybody's listening. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week for Sam's 10-Minute Tuesdays. Make it a great day.